Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Nexus podcast. Today we are joined by Jemini Powell, Keisha Tucker, and Maya Macatumpag, who play some of the Dora Milaje in Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Before we go straight into things, I want to say congratulations to you all for the film. It was crazy. I loved it so much. And it was a really moving, powerful film. And, the Dora Milaje are part of that power in that way. And they make up such an important part of not just Black Panther, but women and diversity in the Marvel universe as a whole. What have the weeks leading up to the film been like for all of you in terms of reception and screenings and everything?
It's been great. I've actually just attended a screening for the cast and crew on Tuesday. So that was awesome. Seeing familiar faces that you got to work with for 8 months.
Oh, it's been a whirlwind of emotions, especially because of this particular project, commemorating Chadwick and being able to come together as a family again after shooting a year ago. And then to be able to celebrate together. It's put a great amount of closure and a good cap on the project, but it's been all the emotions for sure.
It's been absolutely crazy. I love Marvel. I'm obsessed with Marvel. So it's just the fact that I even got the opportunity to be in this movie and be one of like the fierce, strong representing Dora Milaje. Getting to go to screenings and just hearing how everyone's like so excited.
Obviously, there are a lot of stunts involved in playing with Dora. And I just wanted to ask, when did you know that stunts and being a stunt double was something that you wanted to pursue and something that was a clear vision to you?
It just kind of came naturally because I'm an actor and they need actors with good physical ability to do stunts. So I've always been, I was a dancer throughout, all high school and elementary school. And I also was in gymnastics and played a lot of sports. So I've always been physically inclined, so put that together with my acting abilities and there you go, there's a stunt woman.
I'd say as a lifetime career choice, it was right after university when I graduated my first degree and fell in love with it.
I was about 15, 16. I was a gymnast. I hated it. I'm not a good dancer. So I was like, gymnastics wasn't for me. So I got into parkour and free running. So I was like flipping off buildings, flipping off cars and stuff. Awesome. And I was like, I want to be a stunt double, but my family didn't really know what that was. And so they didn't agree with it. So they're like, no, you're going to college. Go get a normal job. And I was like, oh, okay. But I only made it like a year into college because I would still be outside flipping and training. And just, I got lucky and I got contacted on social media about being a Dora and everything turned out how it was supposed to.
What was the process like for getting your role on Black Panther? Did they want to see your level of stunt quality or did they make you read a script? How was that?
The stunt coordinator who hires can look for all of your info and look up your reels. I sent in reels, I sent in headshots and resumes, and they look that over and take that all into consideration. But a lot of stunts is word of mouth as well. So if you do a good job on other films and other TV shows, then word gets around and they're all friends. So they all talk and they put a level of trust in you and you have to honor that.
I was offered the role because I had worked with the fight coordinator on a project in Canada called Altered Carbon. So when he got hired, he brought me onto the film.
So I auditioned to be the stunt double on She-Hulk. I didn't know it at the time, but I was very new to stunts. I've never done stunts before, but on that audition, I've never done stunts besides Black Panther's my first stunt film ever. So when I went to the audition for She-Hulk, the lady, she's like, I don't think she's ready to double She-Hulk yet, but I think she'd be a great Dora. And she sent my information to the stunt team on Black Panther. And they're like, oh yeah, she's great. We'll take her.
Going into a bit more depth about stunts, explain the process of being a stunt double, stunt performer as a whole. What kind of training or practices do you have to incorporate in your daily routine to make sure that you're well enough to perform these stunts?
Action is required. A lot of stunt people who do stunts work out every day in the gym. That's one thing, just keeping your body in shape. but they need all types of body types. So, whatever you want to look like. But they also require a lot of fight training because there's a lot of fighting in action movies. So fighting for film, some people stick with a certain kind of martial art and, develop that into different styles. And so, there's fighting, but there's also driving. People take classes and learn how to stunt drive, learn how to slide cars, do 180s, 90s with a car, motorcycles.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
That's just endless. If you can drive a boat like a boss, then you can apply to do stuff.
We trained for about 2 to 3 months every day, all day in the Georgia hot sun. We would run a mile. We train in weapons, whether that was knife, cali. Then we did stances for at least a couple hours, and then we trained.
That's crazy.
So we were doing a lot of staff work. We came up with practice fights. We were making sure we could use our staff, use our spear, knowing how to fight, like looking like you can take a hit, or making sure you can like look like you're giving someone a hit without actually hitting the person. We would have to do sprints, running with our spears like up in the air, passing them back along everyone. We would do martial arts poses. Like, we did a ton of stuff to get in shape, ready for the film.
After getting the role and going on to set for the first time, how did it feel just to be on a Marvel set? What was going through your head when you began to work with all these incredible cast members?
I was overwhelmed, I'd say the first few weeks, because we were shooting the processional. So it was also us having to shoot the scenes carrying Chadwick's coffin. So very overwhelmed, but also just elated and just trying to be as present as I could in the moment, enjoy it.
It was crazy. I walked in the door and I just couldn't even talk. I was so terrified. I'm like, oh my God, everyone's so awesome. And then you're seeing like Denai and Lupita, and I'm like, am I even supposed to talk to them? I was like, do I look at them?
Oh my God.
So it was just crazy. I was in such shock, but like, it was amazing just getting to be there and seeing like the other Doras, how fierce and strong they are, and just seeing like the lead main actors, and they're all so nice, and they all like want to talk and like remember your name and start conversations. It was so amazing and so open and heartwarming, and it was a life-changing experience.
Talking about the Doras in general, you guys are very supportive. You stick together and you'll do anything to protect the kingdom of Wakanda. So now going into this story, tell us, without giving any spoilers, the threat to Wakanda in this film and the extent you guys need to fight to save your kingdom.
So Wakanda in this film is under threat of another kingdom, and I can't tell you much because I want everybody to see it, but it's good to see the journey of how these two kingdoms both are at war and maybe come together in the end. We'll see, but it's very great to see.
We're there. We're always present. That is our job in Wakanda, to protect the kingdom. So when there is a threat, you will see us, and we will be present, flying and fighting, and at a different magnitude, because we have a different level of representation of some elite Dora in the film.
It's like, this is basically about to be the end of Wakanda. We all have to group together, support each other, and just protect each other, be there for each other, lift each other up. It's like we're all going through this grieving process of course, losing the original Black Panther and everything. So it's like everything is grouping together. Like, we have to save our country. We have to just team up and like be badass and like go after these people. Like, we got to protect what's ours. So
100%.
Everyone coming together, lifting each other up.
Just the Dora Milaje tribe as a whole, they're a really significant group of women to the MCU. And what does it mean for you to play one of those characters in general?
I'm so honored. Like, there's a lot of badass ladies out there that fit the bill. So I'm honored to have been a part of the project and picked to fight for Wakanda and, whirl around spears and fight the telekineals on Wakanda Forever.
It's so important because when I was a fan of the first film, watching as a Black woman in Canada. As soon as I saw those women, I cried, and I was overwhelmed with the representation and how beautiful they were. So to be 100% full circle.
It means everything to me. It's the fact that it's like I see how the Dora inspires like young girls, and it's like I see how it even inspires like women of our age, women to even like go bald. Like I'm still bald today. It's just really cold outside, but it's just great. It's amazing to see how we inspire people to like be strong and be confident and like be leaders. It's amazing.
I'm not going to spoil too much as I talk because some of the viewers might not have seen it yet. But for a lot of the fight sequences in the film, we're surrounded by a lot of water because of Namor and stuff. I'm sure people who are fans will know about this anyway. But towards the end of the film, the scene where you guys as Dora are fighting in the water, give us a brief of how that worked, because it was a pretty crazy sequence, a lot of people involved. Was that all green screened, or did you actually get to go on a boat out into the water and film everything? And most importantly, how was that experience?
So it was blue screen, a lot of it, but a lot of it was very practical on the water because they built these tanks that we would go into and fight into, and we were trained by an elite free diver on how to do the breath work.
I'm not sure I could say anything about it yet because it's still so new.
Yeah.
But no, we actually had to jump off of pretty high up there. It was actually like, it was a jump. We were actually leaping and jumping ourselves off, like, I think it was 40, 50 feet up in the air.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
That's insane. That is insane.
It was insane.
I'm going to sort of flash back a bit to the first Black Panther for this question. And I've asked other cast members about this too. But the first Black Panther, crazy box office hit. Everyone loved it. The second one, it's sort of missing its hero. Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace. We all miss him. People are now sort of saying that this film series won't be the same anymore now that he's gone. Without spoiling anything, what does this film do to make sure we're not disappointed when we leave the cinema, and how does Black Panther stand out from every other film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I think they honor in this film very well Chadwick, and they again, I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it, but they do a good job of replacing the Black Panther entity, and I don't think people will be disappointed who likes the first film. They'll touch base on things that happened, and it's going to be emotional. It's going to be awesome, though, at the same time.
Give us 2 words that sum up the whole film, in your opinion.
Love and dedication.
It's a badass film. It is a really badass film. It is so sick. Like, I'm just like, how are they gonna pull this off after the first one? Like, the first one was so amazing.
Yeah,
they did it. They did that.
Definitely, they definitely did that. Yeah, it was a really good tribute as well. That was amazing. Amazing writing and directing as well.
Powerful, inspirational, and very, very, very honoring. Yes.
I'm going to finish off with a sort of reflective question now. What's the one main thing you've learned from being on set of Black Panther, and how has it changed you as an individual?
I used to, coming in, I didn't have any confidence. I was not prepared. My first stunt job, I've never done stunts. It's like just being on set and having everyone support me and teach me. I've now gained confidence in my own self. Just even getting to be a Dora, you have to have that confidence in yourself. So now I'm like confident in myself. I believe that I could do anything I set my mind to. And it's been a life-changing experience, honestly.
Oh, just to hone your craft to a different level of excellence, not just Black excellence, but excellence.
Humbleness is key. That's a great thing to keep in mind on set, and to just have fun, and getting to be these characters and play these characters is such a joy and such, again, an honor, and just being grateful is the key.